Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Hour, the show where I devote a full hour to giving you angel readings. I'm so excited to get started and see what guidance the angels have for us today. And I do see that we have some of you already lined up for readings, but if you'd like one too, just call or text the Bring Me to Life team at 240-979-6366. Again, that's 240-979-6366. Or you can submit your reading request in the Bring Me to Life chat. You'll find that just by going to bringmetolife.com/radio and scrolling right down the page to the chat area where you will see us. Now, before we begin our readings, I always like to have us begin with a little healing and centering. We do have a new moon coming up this weekend on Sunday, the 27th, and the energy is gearing up to be rather intense. So let's definitely take a little moment to center. If you did want to learn more about the new moon, I've got my new moon reading up on YouTube for you guys that you can check out. The link is also on my Facebook page and in my Instagram links. But for now, let's go ahead and sit back and get nice and comfortable, closing the eyes, and then taking in some nice long and deep healing breaths. As you breathe, watch and feel as the angels send us emerald green healing light. Breathe that light in, feeling it flowing in through the top of the head into the crown chakra, flowing down throughout the head region, surrounding every thought and feeling within your consciousness. And then noticing that light flowing in through the third eye, gently lifting and opening this energy center. With every breath you take, that green light expands around you, helping you to feel lighter and more at peace. That light is flowing down the spine, calming the spinal column, flowing through the nervous system, clearing through the throat chakra and the heart chakra. Breathe deeply into your heart, feeling the heartbeat soften to a restful and receptive rhythm. And then allowing every muscle and joint to relax, letting go of any unconscious tension that you were carrying, feeling so supported and nurtured in this moment. The angels are gathering in a circle of protective, healing light around you now. Take a moment to look around you, noticing the angels and guides who are present. Thank them for being here. And as you breathe in, give yourself permission to receive from these loving beings. Breathing in exactly what it is you need to receive most in order to be on your highest path of peace. Good. With that, we allow the light to spiral down the spine, clearing its way all the way through the solar plexus in the belly. Noticing the light flowing down the spine further, relaxing everything on the way as it clears and supports the sacral chakra and the root chakra at the bottom of the spine. With our focus on the root chakra, we'll take in one final long, deep breath, gathering that light and energy in And with your next exhale, feel as that light flows right out through the legs and through the feet, down into Mother Earth, helping to wash away anything that you no longer need to carry in this moment. We ask and affirm that the angels continue to hold healing space for you throughout our time together today, as we connect with the angels and receive all the guidance that we need. With that, we'll take in one final deep breath. And on the exhale, you can open your eyes and make a nice shift right back into the room, back into the present moment. Good. So, today you will have the opportunity to donate to the Bring Me to Life Network if you choose to do so. Bring Me to Life is a wonderful organization that works tirelessly as a nonprofit to bring you support, healing, spiritual information, and all kinds of inspiration all the time. So do follow them. You can click the donate button at the top of the page that you'll see there if you would like. And with no further ado, we'll get ready to go into our readings. Today I'm going to be working with the Nature's Whispers Oracle cards by Angela Hartfield and the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. I thought I'd bring in some nature and elemental energy today because it's almost time for Halloween. And I love this time of year because it is a beautiful time of year in which the veil to the spirit world in nature is a little bit thinner than it usually is. So you have this ability to kind of connect with the spirits of nature. Let's go right to our readings and see where would the angels like us to start. Okay, so we're going to go to Marion first. Marion says, "Hi, Sarah. Thank you for all the healing messages from the angels." Oh, you're welcome. "I'm trying to uplift many areas of my life and would love to hear any messages and guidance from the angels about relationships and career. Love and gratitude, Marion." Thank you, Marion. Let's go to our Nature's Whispers cards. That's what I'm feeling very strong for you. You know, I'm also feeling the presence of Archangel Gabriel around you today, very strong. Gabriel is our angel who is a guide for anyone who is meant to be a communicator, who is meant to have their voice out there in the world being heard. Also is a guide in relationships, particularly around relationships where there's a need for an improvement around communication and around nurturing relationships, particularly parent and child relationships. For you, one of Gabriel's first messages, Marion, is that she is at this time in your life helping to guide you back to an early time in life, she's showing us, where the first programming or lessons of your childhood came in that you received, you know, likely as we all do from parents and from the community around you, actually being expressed in your relationships right now to this day. Some of those old lessons and the relationship, maybe challenges that you might face at this time. Very, very powerful, powerful messages are coming through in your closest relationships with loved ones. They're showing us particularly that there's probably maybe one or two relationships where you're really getting this most strongly, the sense of inner truth coming forward, and certainly also with your relationship with yourself. The angels would like to remind you that your relationships right now are behaving as mirrors that do give you an opportunity to see into yourself. Now, there's a big synchronicity that I'm seeing as I'm looking at this card, because the image on the card is an image of a little girl. She's got a candle and she is making her way through, it looks like a cave, you know, towards the end of a cave. And she's got this candle, this light. And its angels say is, you don't always have to be so brave. You don't always have to feel like you're the one that has to shoulder, challenges or, the difficulties of others and that kind of thing. Sometimes you deserve to get support as well. You deserve to receive. So they're asking you to focus on where you can receive. That's going to help you so much, again, again with this discovery of inner truth, your inner truth coming out in these relationships, and certainly the inner truths of your important issues coming forward. They're showing us that your current situations are collaboratively. They're saying co-create the trust, co-create the faith in this relationship. This is done by fears or worries might be on one another's minds so that we can just put them to bed, because when sometimes we're able to just voice what it is maybe that we've been worried about, it's sort of like shining a flashlight in a closet where, the little child might have worried that there was a monster in their bedroom, but you shine the light in there and you realize, okay, there's nothing there. We're going to be fine. So it's safe. It's safe and healing to talk about maybe the tough stuff, because that is going to help everyone develop more of a sense of trust, faith, light, and confidence in the plan going forward. So really work for that. And the angels are saying, raise your standards or expect your loved ones to show their faith or their trustworthiness, their honorableness in a strong way. That's good for you. That's good for them too. Helps everyone grow. The final card for relationships for you is the vulnerability card. This is wonderful. Vulnerability, I've always learned from the angels, is one of the most important components to a healthy, honest, open, real, loving relationship. When we are vulnerable, we open the gates for intimacy. Vulnerability is necessary. It's the ability to be wide open, to allow ourselves to really feel and experience everything that life has to the fullest. When we're little children, we are very, very wide open and vulnerable because we haven't learned to put up defenses yet. We haven't learned to pretend to be, in a different state of being than we are in. So we're vulnerable. We're wide open. We're absorbing everything like a sponge. And the angels are actually guiding you back towards a state that's a little more like that within relationships, because they show us that it's so valuable. It sows the seeds for being able to receive more in your relationships and to achieve a greater sense of that communion, that intimacy, that connection, that feeling of trust and safety that's built on feeling more intimate, on understanding your loved one really, really, really closely. So get ready, buckle your seatbelts. It feels like this is not going to always be a path that's really straightforward and easy. It might have its ups and downs sometimes, but it's still a path of lessons that feels very much worth it. And I feel a lot of good coming in for you. Just lastly, around career for you, I'm pulling one little card for you. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I pulled this one from our fairy oracle, and it's an interesting card. It says the Riddle Fisher, the Riddle Fisher. And what that represents is divination, essentially, seeking out divine guidance. So what the angels want you to know is that right now, divine timing, they're saying very specifically, is working through your career. So don't worry about rushing or pushing yourself forward too fast. Know that everything is coming about in perfect timing and that your success is assured. And that while we're in this state of, kind of relaxing into the divine timing of all of this, communicate with the angels. Again, seek out their guidance, their information, their love. Allow your sensitivity to blossom, and know that sharing spiritually is probably a part of your career as well. Sharing things that you receive, from spirit is something that you can use in your career to help others in a beautiful way. So thank you, Marian. All right, let's go to our next reading. Let's see where the angels would like us to go. Okay, we're going to fit in lots of readings today, you guys, so don't worry. Let's see. Fantasia is the next reading the angels are guiding me towards. Fantasia says, "Hi, Sarah. Any messages for me regarding moving and or job changes? Thank you." All right, Fantasia, let's tune right in and see what we have around you. Beautiful. I see a lot of spirit guides around you. I particularly see a male spirit guide who is helping you with moving right now. This could be a loved one in heaven. I see someone who's got maybe a taller, kind of stature, a little facial hair. This guide is sending you a lot of love, and we're getting the sense that you're being very much helped. I'm also seeing Archangel Michael and Archangel Chamuel standing around you, helping you to find the perfect place to be. Now, they want to let you know that it actually is a good thing that you're thinking about these big life changes, both job change and moving right now, because I'm getting the sense that it is time to turn over a new leaf, almost a sense of graduation, as if you're moving on from one chapter of life and you're getting ready for a new one. And you can sense that. You're wise to feel that. You are really good at listening to your feelings, because if there was any part of you that had maybe felt a little bit stuck or stagnant in the last chapter of life, or as if there was, almost a feeling of lack, like where is my next bit of inspiration going to come from? When's my next big break going to come in for me? Then listening to those feelings and saying, hey, maybe it means that it's time for a change. That is wise. That is definitely where you want to be headed. So I'm going to turn over some cards and see what we get here. All right, beautiful. Our first card is the Ideal Course of Action card from the Nature's Whispers deck. Ideal Course of Action. So what the angels are showing us is an image of a journey or a path ahead. And they want you to know that they are right now leading you on the ideal course of action, but they're showing us that you're already gazing in that direction right now. So this is a big sign where they want you to know, okay, yes, you're on the right track. Second thing that they're really, really emphasizing is that you have an adventurous spirit. I'm feeling this adventurousness, this wanderlust, this passion for seeing the world, for living and, experiencing all around your energy field, which is bright and beautiful. And is also a part of your divine purpose, because the adventures that you have or the passion that you engage in inspires you with regard to your purpose going forward in life. So you're already being pushed towards the ideal course of action. And they're showing us that it actually is okay right now if your priorities, if you decide to shift your priorities around moving and job changes to reflect what would make you feel the most happiness. Let it reflect that first, rather than perhaps, okay, what would be the most sensible thing for me to do? What would be the thing that, looks best on paper? Instead, you definitely prioritize your health, your happiness, what fills you. Your second card, oh gosh, okay, so this is definitely already taking us in that very direction. It's the Love Matters card. So again, that's pushing your priorities right to a place that says prioritize love, prioritize the love in your heart. In other words, I'm feeling you moving towards locations that you would resonate with. In other words, I don't feel you as someone who should be, just moving somewhere for a job that looks attractive, but you don't like anything else about the location. It's just the job and the career growth that you're moving for. No. You definitely want to be someone who would move based on, I love the location and the job is great too. Because for you, there's this sense that love is guiding you. Love in relationships and love in community and in gravitating towards your tribe, towards like-minded people. That is really, really guiding this path forward for you right now. The angels want you to know. Your third card is beautiful. It's the Mother and Daughter card. This card is telling us a little bit more about the energy that is coloring your life purpose and also job change stuff. They're showing us your nurturing energy. They're showing us that you've always been someone with the power and ability to guide other souls, because you have a calming aura about you. You have a very creative energy as well, but the ability to nurture, calm, and soothe people, a healer's energy, in other words. So this nurturing card with the image of mother and daughter on it tells us very strong that you are someone who is meant to share knowledge, who is meant to teach, who is meant to mother, meant to nurture, meant to uplift people's sense of self-worth. So any kind of work that you feel guided to do that helps people, and also that gives you the opportunity to work with people, to have that sense of being able to connect one-on-one with people, to make a connection at the level of the heart, to really see into people's, minds, look at their lives, their feelings, that kind of thing. You'll do marvelously well and anything that enables you, the ability to do that. So go forward with that. The angels are showing us. Also, they're adding a little bit of this energy to the location where you're going to end up. I do keep getting very warm feelings about this. So I don't know if this means that this is maybe a location where it's warm all the time, or it's got a climate that's really nice. There's something about the land that feels very warm and welcoming to me. But either way, it's a place where we get that sense of Mother Earth. Perhaps there is maybe literally family in the location that you'd be thinking about moving to, but also in general from the land itself, from the nature that is, surrounding you, we get this very mothering, nurturing kind of feeling. So follow your heart to this place, dear Fantasia, and know that from the angels to you, they're helping you every step of the way, and that you're already on the right track. All right, let's go to our next reading. Let's see. Okay, the angels are asking me to go to Jordan. Jordan says, during my reading with you last year, the angels gave me some advice on how to lose weight, less oil, fewer eggs and dairy, etc. I've been working on following those instructions. Yay, great. But how can I shift my mindset about weight loss? How can I stop feeling guilty about not having lost, quote unquote, enough weight yet, or afraid of what will happen if I don't, and fully accept myself through every step of the journey? I know it's probably my mind that's holding back my progress more than any food or shortage of exercise. Do the angels have any advice for that? They absolutely do, dear Jordan, and I'm so glad that you tuned in today, because the angels have some big, beautiful messages for you. So right away, I'm getting Archangel Raphael coming forward. He is our healing angel, and he helps all of us with everything having to do with our relationships with our bodies. So Archangel Raphael is doing a scan of your energy body right now. First of all, he's saying amazing improvements. He's actually going to tell you what improvements you've made that are beyond just what you would maybe see on the scale when you look to weigh yourself and see how many, maybe pounds have been lost, kind of thing. He's actually showing us that detox has occurred. Your liver looks amazing. He's showing me what feels to be a picture of, like, if we could compare maybe what your liver would have looked like a year ago versus what it looks like now. And it feels sparklingly cleaner. It's lighter. Things feel so much better here, which actually has a feeling of a chain reaction that I'm getting, because Raphael is spreading this beautiful emerald green light from the liver region all around the body, showing that light going down through the pancreas, through the gallbladder, showing it going through the gut, showing even the endocrine system, showing the way that, maybe hormones would work through your body, hormones that also even dictate, the energy levels and how much you burn as far as, calories throughout the day, that kind of thing. The liver feels it's like it's this hotbed. It's this source, this incredible powerhouse that determines all of that. So the steps that you have taken are amazing, because you've already changed the inside of your body in this beautiful, beautiful way. And that, my dear, the angels are saying, is already going to start to shift and change the rate at which you'll see those more outer results on the journey of weight loss. So that's really good. They're saying, stay the course, keep doing what you're doing, keep going towards that maybe lower. Still, it feels like, with the oils and the dairy and the egg and so forth, that does still feel really good for you. As long as we have a great abundance of plants. I see plant food around you making an incredible difference and actually giving you a really clear mind. As soon as we said plants, Raphael showed me an image of a rainbow filled with different colors of fruits and vegetables. And then I felt that lifting us up into your brain, and the brain felt more alive. It felt like there was more oxygen and blood and energies and everything that you would need to just feel really alive and awake and aware and ready for the day right there as a result of those greater amounts of the plants in your diet. So keep going, keep following all of what you're doing, and know that not only will those changes show up in terms of the inside of the body, functioning better, but eventually that accumulates, and it looks like you'll be able to, lose the weight a little bit just a little bit faster, in the future. For now, however, Raphael is saying, let's be really, really patient with your body. Your body is going through a lot of different cycles and little changes. It's like it's learning how to do things all over again in a very, very new way with this different system, this different lifestyle that you're living. Be on the long-term course, Archangel Raphael says. So think of this as something that you could maintain over, years of time, to the point where you will eventually not feel in any ways if you are, depriving yourself of a lifestyle that you would want. Definitely have a very middle way approach to all of this, to where it's like, I'm not going to deprive myself completely. If I want to have the slice of cake on my birthday, I'll do it, kind of thing. But you are getting an incredible amount of progress as you go on this long-term path. So it really is worth it to stay. First card that I just turned over for you from Nature's Whispers deck is the Make-A-Wish card. Make a wish. I love it. So this is the angel's way of saying that continuing to hold high intentions around this goal is going to be such a wonderful thing. They're also giving me a beautiful feeling as this Make-A-Wish card comes through of an easy, kind of gentle, again, moderate or middle way path, where even around exercise, things feel really easy. It's not as if, your angels are saying, burn yourself out and go to the gym every day and exhaust yourself and wear yourself out to the point where it's like, we dread going to the gym. No, it feels more like simple things. Like even if you just walked a little bit more, your body feels so calm and so still and so happy. Moving the body just a little bit more, even with the effort of thinking, okay, I want to cleanse my lymphatic system a little bit. So I want to sweat, even if it's just for 5 minutes or so, or maybe 10 minutes. Just that, because detox, Raphael keeps showing us, is the big theme for you, is the thing that leads to the body feeling safe, to clearing out the extra weight. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the emotional side of this, because the angels have now a little key that they want to give you. Since they've shown us the physical side, they've kind of given you the update on what's going on physically for you. They've shown that you've got some amazing progress that you've made, and that you'll only have more progress if you keep going. Emotionally, our second card is actually giving us the perfect key into this. It's the You Are Worth It card. You are worth it. So self-worth is the realm of emotion, where you're right, there has been in the past this sense of protecting the self with a little bit of extra weight. And sometimes even with, the kinds of lifestyle things that you would surround yourself with in life. Sometimes when we, want to, let's say, maybe even eat a little bit more, have comfort foods, or, kind of stay in our shell a little bit. That's a self-worth thing. We're sheltering ourselves. If we don't feel fully worthy, we don't feel fully strong going out into the world, then maybe in some past era of your life, because I actually feel your lifestyle is very different than that now, then that would have been about self-protection. The angels are telling you at this time that you are moving into this time in your life in which you are being guided. They're showing us your solar plexus now in your belly, which is your power center, being guided to become empowered, to become more assertive, to use your voice, to stand up and to say to the world, I'm worth it. I am present. I am here. I am alive. I am awake. I'm aware. I'm ready to take it all on. And I'm ready to say that I'm worthy of my dreams coming true. I don't need to pare back on what it is I wish to receive. I don't need to have a plan B that says I'll take less than what I desire. I am worth having what I desire. Begin to program your mind this way, says Archangel Raphael. Begin to tell yourself very, very strongly, I deserve this. I deserve what I want. I am worth it. When you program your mind with this kind of thinking every single day, you're going to find that your cells are listening. Your nervous system is listening. That's like the first listener. And then it sends signals throughout all of the other different, systems in the body that govern, how our body uses energy and, how it defends itself, where it might even hold physical tension and stress and that kind of thing. That's going to change around amazingly the more that you convince yourself at every level of being, body, mind, and spirit, I am powerful, I am worthy, and I am here No more trying to be invisible or apologize for existing or anything like that. That feels like it was, by the way, the angels are saying something that would have been imprinted deep in your childhood. There was something around childhood where we're kind of seeing this need to be quiet or to kind of hide the self a little bit, to hide your light, if there were any, harsh or intense energies that were around you at any point. And you have high sensitivity. So this is really, really common around us empaths and light workers, who feel everything to the nth degree. That's very common. And now it's like the angels are saying your light's ready to really shine. You are totally ready to feel equipped to feel really, really powerful and strong. Final card for you is the contemplation card. So all this card is telling you as a final action step, dear Jordan, is to take the time to really listen to your heart. Over the next couple of weeks, actually, especially, it feels very important. Do some journaling, do some meditating. Perhaps when you go for a little quiet meditative walk at the end of the day to clear any stress or anything like that, take that as time to ask your heart the question, okay, what do you have for me today? What are you feeling? What do you think? And what do you need? And listen to everything that your heart says. Your heart is very, very wise. It's going to tell you everything about who you are and what you feel. And you can take that as an opportunity to be in conversation with yourself, where you can tell yourself those empowering things that the angels were reflecting on just a moment ago. Again, I am powerful. I am worthy. I am strong. And to know that once that has imprinted itself into the deepest part of your psyche, it will show up in every other part of your being until you feel that strength even physically and you reach your goals. You're well on your way, my dear. And I'm so proud of you because I can really just energetically feel it right in my heart right now, how much amazing progress you have made and how much amazing progress you will continue to make. So way to go. Awesome. Let's go and see where the angels would like us to go next. Okay. The angels are guiding us to Orion. Orion says, what message is most helpful for me currently? All right, let's pull some cards for you, Orion. I'm looking at the fairy oracle here, which I feel really guided towards, because the angels are showing us that you have a lot of light around your third eye right now. It's like it's a little firelight. You know how firelight will sometimes leap and jump and cast beautiful shapes and images around it? I'm getting this beautiful feeling around your third eye, which is a sign that your spiritual growth is budding in your life right now, and also that you have beautiful spiritual gifts. You are one that we would consider a highly sensitive kind of light worker. They're showing us that you've had that sensitivity for a long time as well, and that it's ready for its sort of next phase of blossoming. Sort of like if we were looking at the growth of a plant, maybe like a rose bush or something like that, you'd see the first parts in which we've got the buds showing up, the leaves are uncurling and that kind of thing. And now we're at this point where the blossoming, the full blossoming wants to come forward as well. So the angels are showing that your psychic vision is going to start really, really waking up. One of the biggest areas where I'm actually seeing that happen, where your angels are working with you, along with some other guides that I see who are around you as well, is during your sleep, during your dream time. So that's a really, really wonderful thing. You should definitely protect your sleep time as a time that you're not going to skimp on. So make sure you get your full 8 or 9 hours if that's what you want. They're also showing me images of putting crystals underneath your bed and around your bed. So you could put them on a nightstand, maybe even under a pillow if it's not too uncomfortable. Put it at the feet of your bed. Put it, underneath the head of the bed, all over the place, because working with a grid of light like that, or some little crystals are like channels or beacons of light, will help your energy body while you sleep, because your energy body and your physical body are here grounding and receiving all of the wonderful things that your spirit is doing while it kind of astral travels in your sleep to learn, to grow. Pay attention to your dreams also, your angels are saying. If you start to jot down some of the things that you receive in your dreams, even if it's just a little, image or impression, symbol that you receive, these little impressions and messages that you are getting from the spirit world, especially during your dream time, are your angels and guides' way of establishing their own kind of language with you. So that when you, for example, see the image of a bird or the color red or whatever other symbol might come to you, you know specifically what that means for you, and it will start to unlock your claircognizance. The angels are saying you have claircognizance. You have other clairs and other spiritual gifts as well, but claircognizance means clear thinking, the ability to receive clear downloaded blocks of information from spirit and then just kind of interpret them. So that's one of the gifts that you have, and they're just showing us that that has the chance to grow right now. So your first card is a card called Her Special Place. So this represents having a sacred or safe space in your life in which to practice your spiritual growth and also in which to have a great sense of support for your budding, evolving, growing spiritual energy body. This means that sometimes you might need to rest or retreat just a little bit more from harsh or intense or busy environments. They're showing us that having, a few close relationships as opposed to 100 different, friendships out in a really busy social life might be something that you'll start to really gravitate towards if you don't already have that in your life, because I'm feeling that even your relationships will be like a safe place. The ones that are closest will be that safe space to grow energetically. Again, they're showing me images of crystals all around you. So maybe start putting them around your home, doing a little space clearing as well. The angels are saying will be really, really helpful just to ensure that you get exactly the support you need. Lastly, around the idea of a supportive energetic environment for you, they keep showing me images of water. Oh, they're showing me fire too. Both energies are really strong with you. So go to bodies of water, or even soak in a bathtub whenever you feel like you really, really need an extra clearing, like if life gets a little too overwhelming, that kind of thing. And that'll help you to really rest and relax. If you need to energize or if you want to manifest something, use firelight. So you can light a candle and meditate with it. You can have a bonfire outside or something like that, whatever you want. But working with firelight is a really, really great way to, meditate or focus your intentions for you as well. Your angels are adding that you've got past lives where you've worked with these elemental energies before as well. So, it would make sense that, you're being called to work with them again, because that'll help to trigger the spiritual information that you already have encoded within your spirit to awaken these gifts that you have a little more. Second card is the Solace card. Wow, do we ever have a synchronistic theme for you today? They just got done telling us, you need your special place, you need your support environment. Then we have the Solace. So that's when we see Solace, especially from this fairy deck I'm working with, that's usually about returning to nature. Again, retreat. Get quiet. I'm also hearing one of your guides say, get still and meditate, especially if you can do it out in nature somewhere really, 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 still and quiet and vast. That's going to transform you. It's going to do amazing things for you. I want to see you around big, 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 big woods, around big water. If you get a chance to go visit some locations where you can really, really connect with nature, that's one of the greatest things that you can do for your life purpose right now, because you're being charged. You're awakening and charging so many gifts. Final card for you is the Child of the Moon. Beautiful. Okay, right away, the angels are saying that this is a reflection of how high your sensitivity is getting right now with all of this spiritual and energetic growth going on in your life. So you'll likely find that you're very sensitive to moon cycles. It will help you to follow what's going on in the cycles of the moon. I learned that I had to do that in my own life, and I, to this day, give my moon readings online because I know that that's going to help other people too. So you'll be one who'll definitely really benefit, from looking at what's going on in the moon. Definitely check out what's going on this weekend with the new moon. Again, my video's on YouTube for you, Orion, if you want to see what's going on with this new moon. Because for you, you've got a big opportunity to transcend. The angels are saying bits of ego from the past, or bits of challenges, or maybe limitations from the past, by way of meditating or doing forgiveness work around this new moon. There's this sense of a new beginning coming for you, my dear. So thank you so much for submitting your question, and I'm going to definitely be sending you some extra prayers and love as you continue to grow, because Takes a lot to go through this shifting that many of us are doing right now. All right, let's go to our next reading. Okay. The angels are taking me to Kara. Kara says, I would love an angel reading from you today. Thanks. I love your courses and all of your videos. Oh, thank you, Kara. You're so kind. You're so sweet. And hey, guys, speaking of courses, I actually have a new course that I'm going to be announcing very soon. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be around healing the inner child. So if you feel guided to learn a little bit more about that, just do keep in touch with me on social media and check out my YouTube, because I'm going to be offering all kinds of little videos and tidbits on that very, very soon. And I so can't wait to connect with you guys for that. So Kara, I'm tuning into your energy right now. And okay, you've got Archangel Ariel with you. And there's this beautiful blazing pink light all around you, which is the light of compassion. This is the energy that I often see around empaths, or people with a highly compassionate, empathic nature, and who are very big on nurturing. The angels are showing us the nurturing energy around you is very strong right now. In fact, they're showing an image of you carrying a little child in your arms. They're showing us that you are someone who has the power to heal and connect with children, as well as to resonate or connect with the inner child of others. You bring that peace out in other people because you help people feel so safe and loved and seen around you. And that's such a beautiful, beautiful gift. A lot of times it's the people who are capable of healing and bringing out other people's inner child who have, maybe a really profoundly connected inner child themselves, or who could, who could work on that part of themselves in a really beautiful way. And the angels are showing that for you. You've just got a natural wisdom. So I'm turning over your cards here. These are from the Fairy Oracle. And we have first the Grail Fairy. This is amazing. What a theme. The Grail Fairy actually represents fertility and life cycles, and also health and that kind of thing too, but fertility specifically. So this is definitely showing us again that whole theme of, children and nurturing children would definitely be, something that's very strong in your life. If this is something that you've been called to, work with either in your own life or in helping others around child rearing or fertility or bringing in, children into the world, then yep, you're right on track with doing that. I'm also hearing the angels say fertility, and then they're applying it to your life's purpose. They're showing us that you are coming into fullness or coming into an apex time in your life very soon, where you're really, really blossoming in this gift that you have to nurture and to heal others. So watch as that gift awakens. There's a fertility coming to that. And again, specifically, we see nurturing children or the inner child of others as one of the big things that will come through your nurturing gifts, your healing gifts. Your second card is a card called Shimmer, which is a card that represents your light shining in the world. It represents having great confidence, and also law of attraction lifting really, really high and sparkly all around you because of your confidence, because you're letting your light shine out in the world. This card essentially says it's time to express yourself. Wake up your voice, let it be heard out in the world by others, because the messages or the wisdom, the ideas that you have, any creative thoughts or ideas, especially if it's around healing or nurturing, these will make a difference, and they will attract people and opportunities to you that will give you more chances to shine your light in this big, beautiful way. The last card that we see is a card called Cry for Nature, the Cry for Nature. When we see this card, it can be a card that represents someone who's going through a grieving cycle in life. And they're showing an image of you walking in as a healer for those that might be experiencing a feeling of loss, or a feeling as if they're crying out for having something sacred return to their life. They want that feeling again. The angels are really, really lifting you up as a light worker, Kara. You've got such healing abilities. They've been here for many lifetimes. And they want you to know that there will be people that spirit will send to you who are looking for that little bit of something sacred, or who do need something restored or comforted within them. You've got this archetype of the comforter and the nurturer and the healer around you so strong right now. So again, the angels are just saying, let your light shine. And it's not, don't worry about the ego, coming in and saying, oh, I don't want a lot of attention, me stuff. No, it's about helping people. Remember, just keep your eye focused on service and you won't worry about a thing. You'll just remember that you're sharing your voice, you're putting yourself out there, you're learning to share and speak up more, because that helps Spirit send you people, that helps you serve more love in this world. And that's such a sacred, beautiful thing. So thank you so much for your request, Kara. Let's go to our next reading. The angels are asking me to go to Shannon. Okay, so Shannon says, hi, Sarah. I'd love any insight the angels have for my upcoming shift of moving possibilities and abundance possibilities. I have this deep sense of things coming, but it's hard to feel it's here when so many bills and responsibilities come in. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and pull some cards from Nature's Whispers for you, Shannon. Okay, right away, the angels are sending just an incredible amount of energy to you. They're showing us that you are someone who's always been so good at getting organized and motivated, and you're very, very, very strong. You know how to get productive and to make things happen in your life. However, right now I'm feeling this sense that the angels are giving us this hushed and calm kind of feeling, as if to say that, hey, there's a time for everything in the world. So there's a time to get really, really active and productive and get into gear and take action. And there's a time to rest and take a step back and relax and just take stock of everything that's around you. And right now I feel that life's pendulum is swinging for you in that direction of a little bit of a stepping back and resting period, even if that's just a short little period of time, because that feels like it's one of the best things that you can do to prepare to attract the best and most centered opportunities around moving and abundance. And they're showing us that that's going to be just so big and beautiful. You're not someone who always gives yourself a lot of opportunities to slow down because you are so inspired. You are so full of light, but it is worth it to take that little stepping back and resting for a while. Let's turn over these cards and see what the angels have for us. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. So your first card is a card that says renewal of peace. I think that that's so synchronistic because it just really reflects what the angels were showing us a moment ago about resting, the renewal of peace. And oh, I wish I could show you how cute this card is. I love the artwork on these cards, by the way. It's all artwork by Josephine Wall. And it shows this little infant baby fairy sleeping at the foot of a tree with these little animal critters around the baby. And the angels are showing us that there is a part of you that needs something like that. There's the deepest, most inner part of you that wants a rest. It wants some time to just sit and feel like there are no big, crushing pressures or responsibilities on your shoulder. There's, you wake up in the morning and you feel like there's nothing I have to do. Have at least one day like that, my dear. That's going to make all the difference for you. Get literally even a little bit more sleep during this time. Just do that for a little while, even if it's just for a week that you try on this approach that your highest priority is all about self-care and rest, and watch how that just transforms what you're attracting around these opportunities to move and bring in more abundance and that kind of thing. And watch how that changes, even ideas that you have, your whole approach. Your second card is the Fresh Approach card. It took the words right out of my mouth. I love it. So Fresh Approach, that says that, again, as a result of this renewal of peace or rest, you'll be able to take a fresh approach, and you'll have so much more to offer and to receive. The angels want to focus on a particular energy here. They're saying that if we were to spend all of our time exhaling, giving, we'd never get a chance to inhale and to receive, so that we have what it takes to continue to give, right? So they're saying honor the cycles of life once again, because having that inhale or that restful receiving time will give you the chance to give in such a way that will honor the kind of tides of nature and of the universe, so that the abundance that does come in has a chance to really, really multiply and get strong and meaningful and big. You don't have to push yourself so hard. You don't have to rush so hard in life. Universe is getting ready to give you an amazing abundance, an amazing opportunity, but you can slow down with it. And even with regard to the moving, the angels keep saying divine timing, as if you're going to know exactly when and where it's time to make this move. And right now, I don't feel all that rushed or pressured or pushed for you. With regard to moving. So it's okay if you feel like maybe taking a little extra time to allow that abundance to continue to flow and then to make that choice about moving. That perhaps feels really good. Oh, your third card, I think you're going to like this since you're such a productive and empowered, light-filled person. It's the expansion card. So that's basically giving you those results that you're looking for in this. You're a very results and productivity oriented person. So I'm so glad we see this, because as a result of the renewal of peace and resting, taking on that fresh approach that we saw coming in, you get expansion. In other words, you get results. You get to that place where you're really, really growing in your ability to give and receive. And their angels just underlined receiving again. They're saying, if you want to receive this new abundance, practice receiving now by resting and spending some time with us, and we'll teach you about receiving. Oh, yes, it's coming in. And remember, too, there's something that your heart of hearts wants to hear, that the more you give yourself permission to receive at every level of being, meaning that includes your time that you spend, your energy levels throughout the day, that the more you have the ability to serve out in the world, and they're applying that to finances now too. Like if you give yourself permission to say, yeah, I deserve to have the, all of the financial income, I could imagine that I might need for you, that's only going to empower you to give and help and serve more out in the world, to make an even better impact out there. So just remind your heart of hearts of that, so that you don't feel that it's a shallow pursuit at all, or, not the best focus to be thinking about money. It's not that you think that consciously. It's something that feels like it was there, maybe in your deeper consciousness or somewhere in your maybe childhood programming or something like that. So talk to that part of yourself and say, yes, I give myself permission to flourish in abundance. I allow myself to receive. That's the biggest lesson that you could have right now. Receptivity, my dear. And there are beautiful signs coming in. Watch the signs that come in from nature, by the way. The angels keep showing us images of them sending you little animals who give you signs. So like if you see maybe a deer in the yard, or like birds coming up really closely, or squirrels or other animals like this that are really trying to catch your attention, it's your angel's way of saying, hey, you're right on track. And that's just such a beautiful way to receive a message, isn't it? All right, it looks like we still have some time to fit in another reading, so let's do just that. We have a reading request in, and I don't have a name for who this is, but hopefully you'll know who you are when I read your question. It says, will David and I ever meet again? How will it be? Thank you so much for your request. Let's turn over some cards. I'm feeling guided to go back to the fairy oracle cards for this. So the angels are showing us something around this relationship with David, where I'm feeling that there's a little bit of space. And actually the feeling of space or distance feels as if it's on point right now, as if it's meant to be. There's some reason why it's here. It's serving both of you. It's maybe, whatever's supposed to be. Oftentimes when people enter into one another's lives and then maybe exit for a short time, maybe even if it's just temporary, it's because there's a need for those people to work on something energetically before they'd be a proper vibrational match to be, in one another's lives again, perhaps. So let's turn over some cards and see what else the angels would like to show us about this potential bond. Okay, great. The first card is the Keeper of Secrets card. The Keeper of Secrets. So when we see this card, it represents a time of discernment, of using discernment, and sometimes stepping back and going within, maybe being quiet and letting the knowledge that we have in our mind or the impressions that we've received from the relationship just sort of churn around in our minds. letting them make their influences on us that maybe they were meant to make, and just marinating for a little while. So that's showing us that, again, yes, there's maybe some divine timing with regard to any, space or distance that we might see in this relationship right now. Keeper of Secrets is also a card that represents a trusted friend as well. So they're showing us that spending time with a trusted friend would be a good thing. And it's interesting because this feels like it might be someone other than David, at least at first, who has the ability to be that kind, shoulder to lean on, that person who can be a sounding board and that you can connect with. The next card that we have is, again, beautiful. We're seeing the mother-daughter card show up again. So again, remember, that's the card that's all about nurturing and teaching and sharing knowledge and nurturing our self-worth and that kind of thing. The angels are showing us that there's healing around self-worth that needs to occur before a deeper connection might occur with David, they're showing us. So, while you're in this time where the angels are showing us a potential cycle of, divine timing needed for marinating in the information that you have or the lessons that you have, focus on self-worth, focus on self-love. There's nothing that makes us more attractive, vibrant, and bright in the world in terms of attracting just the right connections and relationships into our lives than our self-love and self-worth. Because the more that we focus on those things, gosh, that just raises the bar in every single area of life until we find ourselves attracting exactly who and what we need to experience to support our self-love and our self-worth the most. Your third card, I think you will like, because that's finally getting us to where, okay, there's this option for connection. It's a card called Acorn's Invitation. And actually, it's one of the more rare cards in this deck that shows a male character on the card. Most of our fairies in these cards are female, and then we finally have a male image. So that's definitely giving us a synchronistic sign that, okay, Acorn's Invitation, we've got male energy coming in, we've got the opportunity for connection with David. And by the way, of course, this card is a card that represents connection, exchange, reaching out, that kind of thing. So that you can expect, perhaps after whatever period of time is meant to pass, where, there might be a little bit of quiet or not so much, activity in this relationship with David, that eventually you will receive some kind of opportunity to connect again. There will be some kind of exchange. It feels like it comes in perhaps even through a social invitation of some time. I just got a real literal nudge of energy from this word invitation. So keep your eye on the horizon for that. It doesn't feel like it's too terribly far off in the future, but for now, again, just enjoy exactly where you are, learn, grow, focus on self-worth, and know that whatever is meant to be in this connection will be, because that's how things work in life. Thank you all so much for everybody who, called in. Since we have just a few seconds extra, I would like to give a quick little general reading for everyone who called in, even if you didn't receive a reading today. I just want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. The first card that we have for this is the Perfect Setting card. So what your angels want all of you to know is that you're right now in the absolute perfect timing and setting to receive the healing that you are looking for. The angels are showing us that the energy of ascension is actually really strong with a lot of you who are tuned in today, which is wonderful. But remember that if we're on a path of ascension, or in other words, spiritual growth, it can mean that we're more sensitive than usual, and we're being called to really face things in our lives that maybe are asking to be changed or to be healed. So we have to look into our shadow, or we have to look into, skills or disciplines we want to make stronger within our heart and spirit. So the angels want you to know that it's the perfect setting, perfect supportive time right now to focus on spiritual growth. You're receiving everything that you need right now and right in this timing. I'm also receiving a message of patience for this. So remember to be very patient and calm as you move forward with this. Everything is culminating in perfect divine timing, and you are very much on the right track. The angels are guiding you every step of the way. And I'm hearing the angels say, for those of you who are going through a lot of spiritual growth or life changes, call in Raphael and Michael as a team together. We see both of them really, really working with you. So I just wanted to let all of you know that I will be back again for another episode of Angel Hour on November 14th. Right here on Bring Me to Life Network, again at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you would like another reading or you didn't get through today, come right back in on November 14th and you will receive another chance for a reading. Also, after that, we'll have November 21st for our next episode of Through the Eyes of the Angels, where we will be discussing assertiveness for empaths. Very important topic. And I think a lot of us will benefit from hearing some guidance from the angels from that. And of course, you'll have yet another chance to call in for another angel reading at the end of that show too. So do keep in touch, everyone. Like I said, I do have some great offerings on the horizon that I'm about to announce very soon for the Inner Child Healing course that's coming up. I also, again, have that new moon reading up on YouTube for those of you that need a check-in with regard to what's going on with the